I remember times in the past when I said, oh, that'll never happen to me. I'll tell you what, it happens in the flip of a coin, and it's done. And you're gonna find yourself a little while later sitting there and wonder, how the hell did that happen?
Welcome to Carrfour. Since 1993, we have served over 10,000 formerly homeless men, women, and children. We have thousands of stories, each one unique, and each one will touch your heart.
My wife was an RN. I was in construction. We were making good money.
I had really good foster parents and a great guardian ad litem that was really on my side, and she helped me throughout my childhood.
Grandfather had served, my uncle had a couple of uncles that served, so I was like, why not give it a try? My stepfather at the time, he was active duty, so.
I came from a very affluent family, well educated.
We had to go up to Toronto, Canada, take care of some things up there. So I was like on the next plane out, and I got a phone call that my wife died. That hurt. We were married for 41 years.
They don't give you much resources after you age out. You're pretty much on your own. You have to guide yourself, guide through other people. And it's tough because you don't know what to do.
Once I get out, October 17, 1997, I worked for Coca-Cola for a few years. While I was working for Coca-Cola is when the downward spiral started with the cocaine issue.
I had a 10-acre horse farm, and then through one fraud, I lost everything in one day.
Without that second income with my wife, I can't afford the house, the car payments, and everything else. And I was in a jam. I had a big work truck, and I just cleaned that out. I made a camper.
Well, I was in the shelter for about a year and 4 months, and it's not a very comfortable situation at all. And I do have children, and that was the biggest hurdle for me.
I know some people that were suicidal. I never thought about that. It's just like, okay, you can be better. The day's gonna be the day, you're gonna be better. But unfortunately, those days just kept going, this is gonna be the day. And finally, when, as I said, I got to a point where I'm just tired of this. I can't do this anymore.
Friends would allow me to stay for a little while, but you can't just move in on another family. Eventually, people get tired of doing that. So then I was in my van.
My buddy Keith told me that he found something, let's go check it out, and it was here. And as soon as we stepped in, it was like, where do I sign?
The shelter, I guess they correspond with each other, and so they applied for me to here. And within a month after applying, I got accepted. And from there, that was my journey of a new beginning.
Once you graduate, they give you a chance to start reaching out, networking, and one of the programs they had as far as housing was through Carrfour.
So I was in very bad shape. And then I got the phone call that I had been accepted.
I wouldn't stand a chance out there on the street with one leg. Carrfour, they may have saved my life.
Carrfour means to me a whole new beginning for a family.
I came here in 2016. I've been sober ever since. And I look at myself in the mirror, I'm like, wow, I've come a long way. It might not seem like a long way by society standards, but I've come a long way. This is a great, great program.
It has had the single most impactful thing on my life, to be housed.
Carrfour serves your mothers, your fathers, your sisters, your brothers, your children, and your neighbors. It serves all of us. The only difference between them and most of us is that at a time when something happened in their lives, they had no one to fall back on. They had no safety net, and that's what Carrfour does.
I was a member of the Greater Miami Chamber of Commerce, and we formed this committee called the Homeless Committee. And our purpose was to create an entity that would provide permanent housing. We ultimately formed Carrfour, and now we have communities all over the state of Florida. It's really, really amazing.
Carrfour is a mission-driven, not-for-profit organization that develops housing, operates the housing, and provides comprehensive on-site supportive services. We take a development from the very beginning of selecting the site, underwriting, assembling the financing, hiring the contractor, overseeing the construction, and then ultimately handing the key to the family. Then once the family moves in, we serve as a property manager and the service provider. Our property management team is specially trained to meet the unique needs of our residents, and our services team become the safety net for our families.
We're really driven by what is supportive housing. And because supportive housing looks different based on the person, the way in which you provide supportive housing will look different too. I love the fact that I work for an agency that allows that kind of flexibility, allows staff to really help create the right plan for that person or team or community.
Carrfour is a place to literally call home, not just for the residents, but also for our team. We're able to joyfully serve and know that what we do on a day-to-day basis is making a difference in somebody else's life, and that is amazing.
Housing a person gives them that love and that push to want to do better. Once you house them, you give them a home. And once you give them a home, you give them hope.
Carrfour doesn't just build housing, we build community, and that's what makes our residents successful.